What's going on? Welcome to Swift Stadium. It's your boy Pat with my young cuz Mike. About to get that Week 5 preview. Let him know, Mike, where you coming from?
JETS, bro.
Oh yeah, you about to see the Vikings this week. What do you think about that?
I don't know. It's gonna be a tough matchup, because Sam Darnold's on fire. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers is gonna bounce back.
That last game versus the Broncos was sloppy.
Yeah.
I had Garrett Wilson in jail the whole time.
Yo, Pastor Tan is he's the real.
Best? Is he the best cornerback?
Slow down.
What do you mean slow down?
I don't know, because Sauce is up there.
I don't know. Not against freaking Debo. When Debo'd him week 1, and this guy went and sat down on the side.
End arounds.
Huh?
Debo was doing end arounds, no?
Yeah, but also Sauce is kind of more like he doesn't follow people around like as much as Surtain. My boy was telling me, and it's true. Like Surtain follows guys around and puts you on lockdown.
True.
And Sauce is more like spot. Like he stays in one area, he stays on one side. So I don't know. And after watching him over the weekend, it's hard to say otherwise.
Yeah.
He's been putting people in jail lately.
Yeah, he's really good. He's close. He's probably a little. I'll give him the edge. Like he's a little better than Sauce, I'd say.
I think he's more of a dog too. I think that's just from what I see. He's more of a dog. Like like you go to war with dogs. And not saying you don't go to war with Sauce. I like Sauce. I'm a fan of his. Definitely. I wish he was on my team, but I give him the little edge on it. What do you think Sauce is gonna do with Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson, I think he's the best in the league. I thought he was the best last year. I think he's the best this year. He's my favorite non-49er in the league.
Yeah.
Dude is a beast. Can't be stopped. My opinion.
I thought he was gonna have a dip in production because of Sam Darnold, but
he making Sam Darnold look like Steve Young right now.
Yeah, right. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Sunday. But
it's 9:00 over here, right? 9:30, right? 9:30 the game starts. I look forward to that one. I'll be up. I'm always up that time, ready to watch some games. Who do you got on Thursday Night Football? It's a divisional game. We got the Bucs that are 3-1. The Falcons are 2-2. I think the Falcons take it, even though the Bucs have looked good though too. Don't get me wrong, but I like the Falcons. I don't know if it's like the 30.
I had the Falcons winning last week against the Saints, and they won.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, you did too.
We agreed on that one.
But I feel like Bucs will win this week.
Yeah, Bucs are pretty good. I give it to the Bucs. The Bucs are pretty good. Baker Mayfield doing his thing over there. He leading the charge over there. They got nice weapons.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just like the Falcons. I do. I like their squad. They got a nice little young squad. I like it. I like what I see. I hope they could pull it off, and then they'll both be they'll have the same record. They'll both be 3-2, and make the division even again with the Saints. The Saints are 2-2, so that means they would have to win this week, which I do believe they will win this week. And they got a nice test. They got on Monday Night Football, they played the Chiefs. So that's going to be interesting. But the Chiefs have been winning games by the skin of their teeth, with with a little help from, the Zebra has been helping.
And Chiefs usually in primetime, they're like unbeatable, almost unbeatable.
Yeah, but with Rice going down for the rest of the year, what do you think that's going to do? You think Kelsey? I think Kelsey's going to step up now. What do you think?
I saw something earlier today that he's not out for the year. That there was like promising results from tests, and he's not going to be out for the year. But either way, he's going to be out for a little while. Yeah,
I don't see it. I think he's going to be out the whole year. Yeah. What was it? An ACL?
They feared that it was an ACL tear, but it turned out to not be as bad as they thought.
We'll see. And if he comes back too soon, he could re-aggravate it. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's risky
They
to bring
don't
him.
have Xavier Worthy though, who's like, I mean, he's
Yeah,
a, he's not.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's worthy, but Rice, no pun intended. Kelsey will probably be the one to step up now. And Pacheco's still out, so
Yeah.
that's their guy right there.
They signed Kareem Hunt, who
Yeah,
like,
Fremont, yeah. Everybody slept on him. Nobody wanted him anymore.
and he stepped up this past week.
Of course he did. And how about Sunday Night Football? Is the Cowboys and the Steelers two of the biggest names in team wise ever of all time. The Patriots might have the most championships, but they're not in that most popular top
Right.
five. Whereas the Cowboys and Steelers are probably leading that charge as the most popular just worldwide. Who wins that battle?
I think I got the Steelers winning that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Say it again.
I said, whoa.
What? Yeah, I think the Steelers winning.
I'm not a believer in the Steelers.
No,
No, not at all. I think their record is pretty fraudulent. I think
it is fraudulent, but I don't see Cowboys beating.
their defense is legit though. That I will say, so at least they're legit on one side for sure.
Dallas is without a lot of people. They're going to be without Michael Parsons,
Again, yeah.
Marcus Lawrence. They lost some players. So
Defense is already trash to begin with.
yeah,
Like just keeping it real. Their defense is ranked at the bottom.
yeah, they are. Yeah,
And in rushing, they always been rushing defense. They've always been like in the early 20s. They're ranked like almost dead last, unless somebody surpassed them. As far as 2 weeks ago, they were ranked dead last in rushing defense, and that's not somewhere you want to be.
yeah.
The rushing defense, that's where it's at. A lot of teams are rushing the ball now way more than they were before.
Yeah.
You good?
I'm good. I was just getting a call, and my phone vibrated off.
Ah.
All right, we're good.
I have to edit it and cut it. Come on, bro. You're making my job difficult with that right there. As far as the Bills and the Texans go, who you got?
Who, the Texans and who?
And the Bills. And they're both 3-1 right now.
I mean, the Bills just lost to the Ravens badly,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I always look at the teams like last game to see how they did, because sometimes they'll bounce back the next week. But still, I don't know. I think the Texans will win.
Do you? Okay. I'm not sure about who I got so far. I haven't really picked. Gun to the head, I have to pick right now. It's in Texas. I don't see the Bills losing 2 in a row though either.
That's my only thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I got the Bills. I got the Bills winning that. Just because of what I said. I don't see them losing 2 in a row. I know it's in Texas, but at the same time, it's not like that's a crazy home field advantage anyway. So I don't think I'm going crazy by going for the visitor team over there. Arizona visits 49ers. You think 49ers are back, or you think that's because they played the Patriots last week?
What do you mean, Arizona?
Arizona visits San Francisco this week.
I mean, San Francisco got that.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm looking at like 30-31 to like, but I do see Arizona putting up a couple points. I can see like 31-19. But and maybe it being like kind of competitive in the first half, and then in the second half they just take over the whole game.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
I don't 14, 17 points.
Yeah, there's a statistic that they really only score on the first 2 drives.
Oh, really?
On the first 19 plays, Kyler Murray does good, and then the rest of the game, he nosedives. Which basically means like, okay, he could stick to the script, right, with the game plan. But once that game plan, because once the game plan is initially out the door, you actually have to start playing, and the coach is going to start calling plays, and you have to adjust to the game, and that's where they've been losing their games. So hopefully, I'm going to watch the opening drive, see if they score, and if they do, I will not be too worried about it because of this statistic right here. I can't tell you the guy's name because I don't remember, but shout out to my boy that hit me with that stat online, and it's a good stat to know. I forgot his name. Sorry. Next time, at least I'm not taking the credit for it. My man got the credit for that one. And then we got the Packers Rams, two teams that were supposedly that everybody had them doing good for the NFC, and one of them is at 2-2, the other one's at 1-3. The Packers defense has looked like trash. I don't think it's been good.
Oh yeah.
Rams defense is already trash, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I think I got the Rams this game.
You got the Rams bouncing back? I actually wouldn't mind if the Rams win. Nah, I'll give them the same record. They'll both be 2-3. So that doesn't. I got no dog in the fight right there, except the Rams are in my division. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind the Packers just not going to the playoffs at all. I wouldn't mind that. And then we got the Giants versus the Seahawks. Who you see over there? I mean,
Seahawks. They look somewhat good on Monday, but they still got their ass kicked either way. But I don't know. That's hard because I don't think the Giants are going to win too many football games this year. So
no.
I think I'll take the Seahawks.
Yeah, coming into the year, I had them winning 4 games tops. They're going to be in play for that number 1 pick the whole year, and I don't see any other way around that. They're going to be in play for that number 1 pick. Now that we already talked about the games, let's get to the elephant in the room. Davante Adams has requested out, and your team's on the clock, I would say. You guys thought you had a number 1 in Garrett Wilson. Do you think he's still a number 1, or do you think he's a number 2?
I would say it's too early to say that he's not a number 1, but I would say that he's trending towards showing that he might not be a wide receiver 1, but I wouldn't say he's there yet to show that he's not.
People been, not just myself, but other people we've been waiting for him to pop for 2 years already. Last year he had the excuse, Aaron Rodgers went down. Okay, we get it. The year before, and now this year. Right. We're waiting for him to pop already, and now nothing right now this year. We're 4 games in and he still hasn't popped.
He's been quiet, honestly.
And not even has he not popped. He's even complaining about the offense. Yeah.
I didn't like that, honestly, because if that's what he thinks, he should keep that in house, in my opinion.
Of course, everything should always be in house. I'm a strong believer in that. You think you guys got a chance at getting Davante Adams?
Absolutely, yeah. We have the cap space to do it. We're in win now mode, so I wouldn't doubt that Joe Douglas is willing to give up anything that the Raiders want, unless it's a first-round pick, which I wouldn't do at all.
No, it's too late for a first-round pick.
I would even say that second-round pick is too much, but in the point that we're at right now, Garrett Wilson isn't looking, so good. I mean, he's a good player, but he's not looking, what we thought he was going to be.
He's not up to par right now. Yeah.
I would say that Joe Douglas would be willing to give up a second-round pick at best.
I would give up a second-round pick for him, and we got a lot of weapons. We got a lot of weapons in San Francisco, but I would give up a second-round pick for him. I feel like he's a generational talent. Obviously he's past his prime. Let's call it what it is. But I've seen older players, in their latter part of their career, pop again. What was that?
Mike Evans, he's still going.
Yeah, but I would put him in a different category because he's still on the same team. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like you change scenery and then you pop. I've seen that Randy Moss went to after playing with the Raiders, that everybody was looking at him like he's probably washed, that he didn't want to play with the Raiders. He went to New England and he gave Tom Brady his best year. not obviously he didn't win the championship that year, but statistically he gave Tom Brady either the best year or the second best year he ever had, touchdown wise. And then he went to San Francisco and he played good in San Francisco too. And he was already like done, basically. So I could see him going somewhere and popping, you know. I would take the chance on him.
Yeah, for sure.
I would actually be asking if they want Brandon Ayuk instead. And anybody will say, why would you want to do that? Brandon Ayuk is 26, Devontae's 30 already, 30 years old, I believe. So somebody would say, why would I do that? That's dumb. But at the same time, when Devontae Adams' contract finishes, maybe you let him walk anyway, and then you use that money for something more important than a wide receiver. When they already have Debo, we drafted Purcell, we got Juwan Jennings, we got the rookie Cowling, you know, so it's not like they got weapons, you know, like wide receiver was not where they should have spent the 30 mil on. I would have traded him at the draft, but they waited too late, and then they had to just sign him for whatever he wanted, you know. And right now it hasn't worked out. He didn't do no preseason or anything. He got signed up right before season started. So what do you expect, you know? So let's see how that goes. I guess we're gonna know throughout the year.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the Jets record right now?
I mean, it's not really what I expected, honestly. I thought we would be, you know, maybe, I mean, it's not too far off. I thought we would be at least 3-1 at this point.
Mhm.
But, you know, we'll see what happens as the season goes on. I think that we could have, I mean, obviously we could have beaten the Broncos if we could have just went with Braylon Allen out of the backfield instead of going, you know, Breece Hall. He was showing that he wasn't capable of going through the line. Braylon Allen, he runs people over. That he's made for those situations, and we didn't.
I think Hall isn't looking as good as I thought he was going to look. A lot of people drafted him very high in fantasy football. Even myself, like before the draft, I had like the 9th pick I had, and I already told myself like, oh, if he's available, I'll take him, you know. But he was gone. He was gone.
Second overall.
See?
Yeah.
Super high pick, you know, and that hasn't panned out for none of the 2 picks have panned out because the first one was CMC, and he hasn't even played 1 game. So he was number 1 in a lot of people's leagues.
Yeah, almost all leagues were CMC first.
Yeah, and it was why not? He gets a touchdown every game. You know, that was his stat to get. But I'm gonna let you go. This has been the Week 5 preview for the NFL. I'm going to see you again for next week for the Week 6 preview. Shout out to Mikey Cuz for coming on the pod, Swift Stadium. You already know. You know what time it is. 49ers, Jets fan. All day, the chip behind me. We're about to get the quest for 6. You know, maybe we'll see you in the Super Bowl. Weirder things have happened in the world. Crazier things have happened, you know, so maybe I'll see you in there. So shout out to you for jumping on the pod. Any last words?
Nah, just hope the Jets can pull off this win against the Vikings, to be honest.
Vikings looking good. All right, shout out to the fans. Shout out to everybody watching. Peace and love. Deuces.